Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to join me. I really appreciate it. Have to stretch every once in a while. I don't know why at all. I can just sit here. Anyways, thanks again. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. Also, if you like anything at all that you see or hear, how could you not like what you see? Boom, 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 boom. How would you like what you see? Holy potatoes. Regardless, hit the thumbs up, you feel me? And that'll help out the channel too. Tonight we're talking about music, and link in the description below to this new show that I just stumbled upon. I think it's from a few years ago. Honestly, it's kind of corny, and honestly, I don't very much appreciate Snoop Dogg being the artificial intelligence. I mean, who cast this show? Seriously, Snoop Dogg, you're a cool guy and everything, Sir Calvin, but I don't know, man. The thought of you being like AI sentience, does it make me a bad person that it bothers me? Because like I'm not about the Snoop humor, you know? Um I do like that song Sexual Eruption. I'm not saying that I don't know most of his famous songs or that I've never watched any of his stuff, but there's no place for him in science fiction is all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. So link in the description below. I'm watching this new show, and it involves this dystopian society where in the future it seems as if I'm only 2 episodes in, but it seems as if um kind of like what's going on now, some old people decided that people shouldn't have rights, and so at some point in the future some people make the decision to take away these rights and then erase all of history and all this stuff. So this group of young adults is left sort of playing a game of like America's Got Talent for what I'm assuming is their freedom, kind of like a sci-fi Hunger Games thing. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, the what was that other movie that it reminds me of? It reminds me of Divergent. So it's sort of like a hybrid between Divergent and the Hunger Games. But anyways, I'm watching this movie, right, and it touches on some really cool concepts, I think, and that's what's keeping me watching it. Not Snoop Dogg's voice in the AI room, which is like one of the coolest places to be. So like every time they're in the AI room now, or the little cave room that they just discovered, I'm like hoping that Snoop Dogg doesn't talk at all, which is kind of difficult because you want to hear the AI talk. Anyways, the show brings some cool things to light in terms of like the human condition, and just that music is really important. Music is a really important part of being a human. It is, I mean, it's recently been brought to my attention that those of us who have no sort of music, um, like at all, like in terms of we can't play it or we don't like listening to it or whatever, there might actually be something amiss as it concerns our psychological development, because music is a vital component of a complete and 100% presence of mind, in that like the logic that it requires and the auditory, all of these different skills that are mastered when you listen to music, when you sing music, when you dance to music. I love music. I love music. And I wondered to myself, I've heard of like linguistic anthropology, right? In terms of, I wonder if there's like a field of study that is musical linguistic anthropology. I mean, maybe I did just name a discipline or something, but I'm interested in the human development of music. And I remember in class taking a couple of music classes, music appreciation, things like this. They teach you actually about the etymology of music as it is with, this iteration of the winners telling us their stories about how music evolved. In this particular timeline or whatever, obviously, the English colonial sort of perspective on the development of music. And so taking those classes and stuff, brought a pretty deep understanding or a deep caring for music as it concerns the development of societies and the communication of peoples to other peoples, from other peoples in different parts of the world. I think that historically and in the future, music is going to be and will always and forever remain something that is a really big part of our culture. It is a really big part of again, experiencing the kind of condition that we experience as sentient beings on a big floating rock. I mean, serious. I think that it means that much. I think when people don't have music, it can make them more complacent and easier to be told what to do, like more obedient. And the problem, I obviously, with letting people listen to music and dance and have fun and stuff, is that you begin to lose control. And I think it's that very simple doctrine that makes a lot of people in power question what people should or shouldn't do. And I think it's a pretty viable philosophical question to observe, in that what's better, free will or not. Is it better to just let people listen to this kind of music and not expose them to rap, because rap might make them want to think differently about the circumstances they've been placed into? Um, you know, Music again is storytelling. It's a way of getting messages across. It's more than just entertainment, and that's when it becomes a conflict of interest for those of us that exert influence and power in our lives. And I always find that the best gamble, even for them, is to allow the progression of music, musical development, musical theory, musical application. There are so many benefits to music. Music is an art as well as a math, and math is art. So I really feel like that. I really, really do. Music, math, again, music and math are probably the most important pieces of art as it concerns human beings and all sentient life possible. I think those two things are what are go hand in hand to either create utopias or to create fascist regimes that have inherent interests on one thing and one thing only, which is maintaining control and exerting power over a large group of people at their detriment or not. You either play the game and you're happy playing it, or you're not happy playing the game and you unalive in a way that makes it so that you're not a problem for everybody else that is at the very least lying when they say that they're enjoying the current game that's happening. Um, it becomes too confusing at that point to understand whether or not people don't want to change because of the implications that it can have on their safety, or if they're unwilling to change because of the safety that their discriminatory and racist institutional environment has placed them in. It's an interesting question to think about, right? And I think that, again, we live in a very, very interesting world where music and the arts are being, like attacked and on many different fronts. I know that math in itself is a beautiful, beautiful subject within the art realm that is often used to create weapons of mass destruction and unfortunately open sourced um, code that will be used in the future to harm and or illicit control on sovereign people. Tech can go both ways, and tech can only go both ways because of math. And math is an art, but again, sometimes it's an art that is used to nothing more than bad and evil stuff. And I think that's unfortunate. I think in its sort of own irony, it makes math even more art. more art. I mean, math is art. Art is math. You feel me? And music is a part of that. And music can only be realized when, the art is good. And I know that we didn't really talk about music much, I guess, in itself. This is Vlogs About Nothing, and we have reached our mark of time together here this evening. I really hope that you guys have a really good work week. I know that this week's going to be pretty busy for me and my roommate, too. Like the whole week. I'm very excited about that. It's not been a while where we've had kind of a whole week of things to do. That didn't include me putting, people in more debt or just being like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be productive this week, and I feel like I'm very happy about that. And so I hope that you guys have a really productive and fun and safe work week. I hope that you guys have a really cool, fun, safe Sunday night. Do nothing, enjoy doing nothing. And if you like it all, anything that you've seen, again, hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel. Until tomorrow, I hope you guys have a really good night, okay? Bye.